Cool. Don't do that. That's dope. What's going on, y'all? This is Caden Finch with CF's Handmade, Custom Made. I don't know if they're handmade or custom made anymore because I keep saying either custom or handmade, but either way, CF Cigar Box Guitars coming at y'all with the next video in our How to Build series, how to build a CBB, Cigar Box Bass Guitar. In the last video, we prepped up our neck. We left it overnight, gluing up and letting all that glue set up. Today we are going to work on the box. First things first, a couple things you'll probably need. We talked about this tool, right? Yeah, CB Giddy, to line up that notch in the box, find the perfect center. Definitely would recommend getting one of these. Makes life so much easier when it comes to cutting out your notches for your neck. Another thing you'll probably need is some kind of little handsaw. I got this Rui tool, I think is how you say it. Something. It's a Japanese pool saw. Got it off Amazon. Super great for notching out boxes. Super freaking sharp, dude. Super great. Another thing you'll probably want is some kind of file, whether you have some wood tool files or whatever. By far what I'd recommend though, sorry, oh gosh, ooh, had to burp. Okay, what I recommend is to get some files, but I would highly recommend getting one of these. They're called Shinto rasps, I think is what they're called. They're another made in Japan tool. It's got some really hardcore, like itty bitty like saw blades all across this thing. It's got a coarse side and a smaller side, so you can really dig in there, and this will kind of help to level out any spots in the box that you need to. Highly recommend. And also when I do a lot of my carving on the necks, this is my go-to tool. Highly recommend picking up one of these. They're on Amazon, I think is where I got mine. Super highly 100% recommend getting one of these bad boys because they will help immensely. So, all right, next thing we're gonna need is, of course, our cigar box. So, all right, let's get to it. All right, guys, so we got our cigar box and our little template here. And basically what we're wanting to do is you want to line it up and you want to get it as, let's see if I can do this one-handed. You want to try and even it up on both sides as best as possible. Yep, so it looks like it's like right just a little past the 5 mark on both sides. Just a little bit. So you're going to basically mark it up, get you a pen or something. You're going to trace this little deal out so you can find your center. You can also, go on the back side of the box, figure it out. But before you do that, I guess I should say, is what you want to do is you want to take your cigar box neck, and then you want to figure out the thickness of this. If you have a heel on there, that's going to be a little different because you'll have an extra heel on here. But you want to figure out the thickness of this, and you want it where you see our fretboard. That fretboard needs to be sticking up above the cigar box. So if you need to bump this up to your cigar box to figure that out and mark it, you can do that. Just bump it up there and put a mark underneath here on the cigar box, so that way you know where the bottom's going to sit. And definitely do that. But other than that, we're going to move on to the next step. So you're going to get your box, which I've already, spoiler alert, I already notched this box out. So if you look, I notched the box out here. Whoops. So we made our notch, and basically what you do is I took this like that, and then I put my marks like we did earlier. You even it up, mark it out, and then you come over here and make sure that this is going to match up to wherever you need to on there. And then you just open her up, and I took this bad boy and just shoot. And then what's cool about this is if you just go down far enough, since we're right at the top of the box, you can kind of just like push it in, and you don't have to cut this bottom part, and it'll make a smooth, seamless. Most of the time it'll do this. But if you cut all the way down to the top of the box, if that's what you need to do on your box, all cigar boxes are kind of different, so you may have to kind of play around and figure out the best way to do it. But for this one, this worked out great. I just cut all the way down to the top of the box, just pushed it in, and then it just came right off, so I didn't have to figure out a funky way of having to cut this part. That worked out great. And then all the rest I did to make it a little bit thicker, I took my Shinto, just went around here, and then I took the fine side, did that. So now we can take our neck, and if you look, sorry guys, I'm readjusting. If you look, it'll slide right in there, just like so. You can see how I have a little bit of a gap. That means I'm gonna have to take that Shinto rasp and go, oh no, actually I just didn't have it in far enough. Dumb me. Anyways, so you stick it in there, you see how we got it, and then our fretboard, which this one may need to come up a little bit more. We'll figure that out here in a little bit, because this box is kind of weird because it's got this little lip thingy here. Most of the time they're flat, but we'll kind of jump that hurdle when I get there. So, but for the most part, you see it is snug as a bug, bumped up right against that box. That's how you want it. So, all right, now we've gotten this far in the series. There's a couple more things that we need to sort out with the box, but we got it notched out for the neck. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to determine where our knobs are going to go, where our tailpiece is going to go, and sound holes. We're going to mark out where our sound holes are going to go. So stay tuned for that. Okay, y'all. So we're on to the next step. And this step is super important. It's called a dry layout. So I'm going to turn you guys around and show you what we're dealing with. So none of this is attached yet, so don't worry about it. This is just an old saddle or bridge that I had laying around just to kind of mark. But you want to kind of put everything together, and then you kind of want to lay everything out, kind of get a visual for what it's going to look like when it's all put together, which we may have to figure out some other stuff, but you kind of just want to move it around, get it to where you like it, and then you're going to take, you know, a pen or a pencil or a magic marker, something that may not be super permanent. So yeah, maybe like a pen or a Sharpie is not the best idea, but like a magic marker or something. And then you're going to mark out where everything should go. We're going to mark for sure where these knobs should be. We're going to draw circles around those, and then we're going to mark out these sound holes. And I got these sound hole covers at CB Giddy, but you don't necessarily need them. I just think they make the box look a little cleaner. And then where your tailpiece is going to go, and of course right here at the 34 mark is where your saddle is going to go. So do a dry fit, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so this may be kind of hard to see, but you're going to take like a magic marker and kind of mark where everything was at. On your box. And then the next thing we're going to do is get your drill bit. And then we're going to start drilling some holes. So the first ones we're going to try and drill out are going to be the sound holes. I'm going to drill them out, and then we'll kind of talk about different ways you can do that. So let me drill those out, and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So I'm back. The box. Don't do that. That's dope. But anyways, the box is all notched out. We got our sound holes, where our pickup's gonna go, where our two volume knobs, and also where our input jack's gonna go, and two little tiny holes for where our tailpiece is gonna go. So there's a couple ways of doing this. The easiest way that I do it, and you can get a couple more different tools, is you use these circular bits. They come in all different sizes. There's like super big ones or these smaller ones. That's what I did for the sound holes, is I took a smaller one and then just, and then to do the pickup, what I actually did is I took this bigger one right here and I made 3 holes like that. And then we took our good old friend, the Shinto rasp, and then basically just came in here and filed it out. So that way, when we get our pickup, it fits nice and snug inside there. And then for the smaller holes, basically you look at the ends of your pickups here. Take a look at those, and then you want to find you a drill bit like this, just big enough so that way you make those holes in there, and then get your bigger one, make it in here, and then you notch it out that way. You can also take if I got one here, I know I got one, there we go. You can take a circle file and go in here and clean them up if you're not going to use any covers or anything. Just take a circle file and kind of clean up these holes a little bit. You can do that. And then your box is all ready. and notched out. Oh, I also took a little itty bitty bitty tiny drill bit and drilled out the holes where the screws are going to go for the pickup. And I won't worry about this one too much because we're going to have that pickup cover kind of, I don't know if you can see that better, covering up my kind of ugly job I did there, but neither here nor there. So all right guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me, and yeah, if you're following along, just let me know how your journey's going in the comments. If this is your first time building a cigar box, what do you think about it so far? What have you learned so far? Whenever I started this journey, I literally didn't know a lick about doing woodworking, or I guess what they call being a luthier, guitar luthier. But I played, you know, many different instruments, from guitars, bass guitars, ukuleles. I played so many different instruments for 15 plus years that I just had a basic musical knowledge about it. But yeah, I didn't have much in the way of doing woodworking and stuff. So what do you guys think about it? What do y'all learned so far? Some different tips and tricks that you guys have done. I literally learned everything about building cigar boxes on the internet. So yeah, YouTube is a great place. Also, just huge shout out. If you are getting into cigar box guitar building, check out Puckett. I think it's Puckett Cigar Box Guitars. That dude is phenomenal. Man, if you need to learn any little specific thing of building, yeah, he's the dude to check out. 100% kudos to that guy. So anyways, that's it for today. Next video, we're gonna start working on carving up the neck, and that is a video and a half, y'all. So anyways, I'm Caden Finch. This is CF Cigar Box Guitars, and I will see y'all guys in the next one. See you guys.